Okay, so what we have discussed in the last lecture? What we have discussed in the last lecture? Can anyone revise? What are different types or classes of operators that we have discussed, and uh, what about the precedence of the same? Okay, can anyone? Can anyone at least try? Okay, let it be, but you should try at least. How many classes of operators that we have discussed in yesterday's lecture, and what about its precedence? Okay, how many classes are there of operators in a Verilog? We have discussed.
Six.
Very right. Which are those?
Relational, arithmetic, logical, bitwise and reduction operation,
Hmm?
equality and identity,
Hmm?
and shift.
Shift operator. Very right. Very right. So that is about the that six classes of operators that we have discussed. And uh, what about its precedence? Now I hope all of you have all of you have clear with the what do you mean by operators actually, right? All of you are very clear with the what is difference between the operand and operator. Okay, so we have discussed about the operator. Okay, just let me ask Pratik Pratik Walutskar, are you there in meeting? Pratik Walutskar. Rupali Pawar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just tell
Yes,
me
sir.
if I have I will give you one example. Okay, so you just tell me what is the operator,
Hmm.
okay, and what are the operands in that case. Okay,
Huh.
so example is A, right? A is equal to B plus C. A is equal to B plus C. So first tell me what is operator in this case.
Equal to and plus.
Okay, well, there are how many operators I have used in this case or in this example?
Two, sir.
Two operator. Very right.
Two operator.
Very right. Very right. Okay. Now next, uh, Rutuja Jadhav.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Example you have clear with B is equal to A plus C. Okay. So we have used here two operators. Now can you tell which are those? या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये आपण कुठले दोन ऑपरेटर वापरलेले आहेत? नेक्स्ट गायत्री, कुंतला.
Equal to, plus.
Very right. Equal to and the plus. Okay, that means equal to comes under the category of equality operator, right? And plus comes under the category of arithmetic operator. That means in this example, we have used two operators, that is the equality operator and the arithmetic operator. Okay, I hope you have clear with this. Okay, now this is about operator. Now what about operands that we have used? आता यातले ऑपरंड्स कुठले आहेत? b is equal to a plus c. Okay, so in that case, which variables are the operands? Can anyone?
A and C.
Okay, a and c. Any other opinion? A and C are the operands in this equation. That is very right. So then I hope now you have clear with the idea of what do you mean by operator and what do you mean by operands. Okay, so just don't forget this. And this same concept you can actually it is useful in any language you take. Okay, the same concept is useful. Okay, now next point that we are going to discuss today is assignments. Okay, now in this Verilog we are using different assignment statements, okay, for the programming purpose. So which are these assignment statements that we are using in the Verilog? So first is a concurrent blocks. Okay, first assignment statement is a concurrent blocks. Okay, now what it mean by? So blocks of code with no well-defined order relative to one another. Okay, this concurrent blocks means what? It is a block of code, or it can be a blocks of code. Okay, that may more than one block also is will be there. So it is a blocks of code with no well-defined order relative to one another. Okay, that means there is there will not be any specific order to define that blocks. Okay, so as the name suggests, concurrent meaning will not change in Verilog also. Okay, sequential and concurrent meaning will be the same in VDL also, in Verilog also, in every language. Concurrent means parallel execution. Sequential means step-by-step execution. This is the fundamental concept. You go for any language, but this concurrent and sequential meaning will not change there. Okay, so the name indicates concurrent blocks means what? First thing that we must clear with, it gets executed simultaneously. There are, doesn't matter how many this such a concurrence blocks will be there, that will get executed simultaneously, and there is no any well-defined order, right, related to one another. That means these blocks are actually not connected with one another. So and there will not be any specific order to define that block. Okay, so this is about the concurrent blocks. Okay, now you can see the following example. So again, in this concurrent blocks, so module instance is the most important concurrent block. Okay, the first that we are defining, that module, that means module header, this is the one of the most important concurrent block. Then continuous assignment and procedural blocks are concurrent within a module. Okay, that means this first module is a concurrent block. In that module, there are some continuous assignment statements, there are some procedural blocks. Okay, and these are comes under this concurrent blocks, and within that module, this module is nothing but a concurrent statement, concurrent block statement. More specific, आपण जे पहिले VDL चा कोड, सॉरी व्हेरिलॉगचा कोड लिहायला सुरुवात करतो तेव्हा आपण पहिले काय लिहितो, बरोबर आहे. फर्स्ट वी हॅव डिफाईन द module header. So that module header is a concurrent block statement, and inside that concurrent block statement, that means that module statement, you can have different continuous assignment statements, you can have different procedural blocks, right? And that to be a within that concurrent block statement, that means that module statement. Okay, so you can go through the example. So module and is the module name. Okay, in that module, in input is A and B, output is C. Okay, and after declaring module, now we have different continuous assignments and procedural blocks within that module. Okay, so this is about the concurrent block statements. Now we will discuss about this continuous assignment statements. Okay, now what do you mean by this continuous assignment statements? This continuous assignment statements imply that whenever any change on the RHS of the assignment occur, it is evaluated and assigned to the LHS, that is left hand side. That means if right hand side equation, okay, or if there is any change or if there is any modification in the right hand side equation of the assignment occurs, then it will evaluate, that means it will execute that part, and whatever the output that will get assigned to the left hand side statement, that will get assigned to the left hand side statement. Okay, and this continuous assignment block always implement combinational logic. Okay, in this continuous assignment blocks we are using the combinational logic. Okay, and also this continuous assignment drive wire variable. Okay, so for defining or to for what we can say declaring this continuous assignment statement, we are using that wire statement, that is wire A, wire B, whatever, and following is the statement, that means assign A is equal to B or C NAND with D. That means whenever that if there is a change in that RHS value, means what, if suppose any of the value of B, C or D changes, then what it will do, it will actually calculate that equation. That means first it will OR B with C, then it will AND that answer to the D, and whatever the final answer will come, that will get assigned to the A. Okay, and when this will happen, whenever there is a change in B, C or D, whenever there is change in B, C or D, म्हणजे B किंवा C किंवा D यापैकी कुणाची एकाची जर का व्हॅल्यू चेंज झाली, तर त्या केसमध्ये ते जे काही मॅथमॅटिकल इक्वेशन आहे ते पहिले इव्हॅल्युएट होणार, म्हणजे ते मॅथमॅटिकल इक्वेशन एक्झिक्यूट होणार, आणि त्याचं जे काही आउटपुट येईल ते कुणाला असाइन होणार, ए ला. ते कुणाला असाइन होणार, ए ला. अँड we have defined that A as a wire. Now, if you remember, this wire is much similar to the signals in the VHDL. बरोबर आहे, हे वायर म्हणजे सिग्नल्सची खूप सिमिलर आहे. आपण VHDL मध्ये वायर नाही वापरत, तिथं सिग्नल्स असतात, राईट. व्हेरिलॉग मध्ये सिग्नलचंच इक्विव्हॅलंट म्हणजे वायर्स, सिग्नलचंच इक्विव्हॅलंट म्हणजे वायर्स. ओके, so this wire is nothing but your what we can say in a simple manner, we can say it is a signal that you have defined, and that signal will get the following equation whenever there is change in the right hand side equation, whenever there is change in the right hand side equation. Okay, so this is about the continuous assignment statement. Now again implicit continuous assignment statement. Okay, so there is other subtype of this continuous assignment statement, that is implicit continuous assignment statement. What it will do, this type of, that means implicit continuous assignment statement will this can be placed when net is declared. When net is declared, that means what, whenever we are whenever we are using that net list. Okay, or suppose we have used some what we can say variables or some net parameters in the module, and if you want to then declare that parameters later on in the programming, then this implicit continuous assignment statement is used. For example, wire A is equal to I1 and I2. Now this I1 and I2 are the parameters that we have already discussed in the previous program. Okay, so just assume this I1 and I2 we have already declared in the program, and then we are using now as a what we can say as a variable here. So for that purpose, this implicit continuous assignment statement we are using. म्हणजे हे I1 आणि I2 आहे ही ऑलरेडी आपण कुठेतरी डिक्लेअर केलेली, मे बी ॲज अ पॅरामीटर or maybe as a net. Okay, and then now we are using that I1 and I2, or we are ending that I1 and I2, and final output will assign to the A, and A is a wire again. Wire is nothing but, you can say in a very simple language, it is equivalent to the signal. Okay, so this is about the implicit continuous assignment statement. Then the next part is implicit net declaration. Okay, implicit net declaration, but it is not that recommended. Okay, if a signal name is used to the left of the continuous assignment, the implicit net declaration will be inferred. That means what? If the whatever that net or parameters we are using as a wire, okay, we are using as a wire, then you have to use this implicit net declaration part. Okay, that means now first we have defined this wire I1 and I2. That means I1 and I2 are the wire or signals. Then assign A is equal to I and I2. That means after ending I1 and I2, the final output will be assigned to the A. What is difference between the implicit continuous and implicit net declaration? In implicit continuous, we need not to declare that I1 and I2 as a wire. We have declared that final A as a wire, and we are also assigning the final output to that A. But if in a case that I1, I2 you want to declare as a wire, and then the final output if you assign to the A, then you have to use this implicit net declaration part. Then you have to use this implicit net declaration part. Okay, so this is about the continuous assignment statement. So you can see this example. First we have a NAND gate, then this module NAND A comma B comma C, then AB is the input, then C is the output, and now here we are using this continuous assignment statement. That means assign C is equal to not of A and B. C is equal to not of A and B. So that is a continuous assignment statement. That means what it will do, it will first calculate whenever there is change in that A or B, then it will calculate A and with B, then not of that answer, that means NAND gate simply, and that the final output will assign to the C. Then the final output will assign to the C, right? Similarly, you can go through the second example. So we have split that OR gate into two different what we can say NAND gates. Okay, one NAND followed by the another NAND gate, and then again you can use this continuous assignment statements. Okay, so this is the example of this continuous assignment statement. Now the next subtype of that what we can say concurrent block is a procedural blocks. Okay, see how we see, remember the flow. First type is a concurrent blocks. Okay, concurrent blocks means what? These are the sequential what we can say parallelly executed blocks that we are always using in a Verilog, and it is a module. Okay, so module is a very commonly used concurrent block. Now we have the two subtypes of that concurrent blocks. First one is a continuous assignment statement, and second one is a procedural block. Okay, second one is the procedural block. So we have discussed the first type, that is continuous assignment statement. Now we are going to discuss this procedural blocks. Okay, what do you mean by these procedural blocks? So this each procedural blocks represent a separate activity flow in a Verilog. Okay, that means this is procedural block represents a separate activity in your Verilog code or Verilog program. Okay, now it is maybe a always block or it is a initial block, and while discussing the unit number 4, so you have already know this initial block is always used in the simulation part. जेव्हा तुम्हाला त्याचा टेस्ट बेंच रन करायचा असतो तेव्हा तो तुम्ही इनिशियल ब्लॉक वापरता, आणि जेव्हा तुम्हाला व्हेरिलॉगचा कोड लिहायचा असतो तेव्हा तुम्ही ऑलवेज ब्लॉक वापरता, राईट? So this always and initial, these are the procedural blocks, and this procedural blocks represent a separate activity flow in a Verilog. Okay, so this always block, it is to use to model a block of activity that is repeated continuously, right? And same, this initial block that we are using in simulation part only, this is also we are using to model a block of activity that is executed at the beginning. Okay, so multiple behavioral statements can be grouped using keywords begin and end. Okay, so always remember, always block we have to use in a Verilog program, and initial block we have to use in a Verilog test bench, that means a simulation part only. Okay, and these blocks are used for the activity that is repeated continuously, म्हणजे जी ऍक्टिव्हिटी सारखी सारखी परफॉर्म होणार आहे किंवा सारखी सारखी रिपीट होणार आहे त्या केसमध्ये हे ऑलवेज ब्लॉक आणि इनिशियल ब्लॉक वापरतात. या दोन्हीत फरक काय, फक्त ऑलवेज ब्लॉक हा व्हेरिलॉगचा कोड लिहायला वापरतात आणि इनिशियल ब्लॉक हा व्हेरिलॉगचा टेस्ट बेंच सिम्युलेट करायला वापरतात. आपण टेस्ट बेंच पण सिम्युलेट केला का नाही? सो there we are using this initial block for the simulation purpose only. Okay, so this is about the procedural blocks. Again, there is procedural assignment. Okay, there is a procedural assignment. So this part we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Okay, so whatever points that we have covered today, okay, if you have any query you can ask me right now. Okay, what we have covered today, we have started with the assignment statements, then we have discussed the first type of assignment statement, that is concurrent blocks. Now in that concurrent blocks we have two subtypes. First one is a continuous assignment statement and second one is a procedural blocks. Okay, now again in that procedural blocks we can have different types. For example, procedural assignments, then always block, initial block. Okay, these are the different blocks that we are using in a procedural blocks. Okay, and in continuous assignment statement, again we have discussed the two types, implicit continuous assignment statement and implicit declaration assignment. Okay, so there are again two subtypes of the continuous assignment statement. Okay, so this part we are covered in the today's lecture. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me right now. काय काय शिकलो आज आपण? असाइनमेंट स्टेटमेंट्स, बरोबर आहे. असाइनमेंट स्टेटमेंट मधलं पहिलं असाइनमेंट स्टेटमेंट कुठलं? कॉन्करंट ब्लॉक्स. त्या कॉन्करंट ब्लॉक्सचे परत दोन प्रकार, कुठकुठले? कंटिन्युअस असाइनमेंट स्टेटमेंट आणि प्रोसिजरल ब्लॉक्स, बरोबर आहे. प्रोसिजरल ब्लॉक्स मध्ये परत काय येतं? ऑलवेज ब्लॉक, इनिशियल ब्लॉक, प्रोसिजरल असाइनमेंट, बरोबर आहे. तसंच त्या कंटिन्युअस असाइनमेंट मध्ये काय येतं परत? इम्प्लिसिट कंटिन्युअस असाइनमेंट, इम्प्लिसिट कंटिन्युअस डिक्लरेशन. Okay, so these are the what we can say, the statements, or you can say yes, statements that we are using under that continuous assignment blocks. Okay, so this is about the concurrent blocks, that is the first type of assignments in Verilog. ठीक आहे, हे आज आपण आजच्या लेक्चर मध्ये कव्हर केलं. कोणाला काही कळलं नसेल तर विचारा, आय विल रिपीट फॉर यू. समजलंय का सगळ्यांना? समजलंय का सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then from this procedural assignments we will continue in next lecture. Okay, today we will stop here.